Hello everybody, it's me, TONIK TZW. We're here again with a legendary American battleship, the Gearing. And sometimes you've just got to admit defeat, because sometimes it doesn't all go your way. You certainly can't win them all, and even when you try to work this hard, it doesn't always end with victory, which is sadly disappointing. We're here on Islands of Ice, and thank goodness it's not Epicenter, but it is Domination. The Shima Apocalypse and Yamato Tomato Brigade are out in force. We've got 3 destroyers, 1 cruiser, and the remainder are battleships. We're spawning here on the centre in B Cap, and this is a game of reflection for me, because in hindsight, there are things I could have done better. So it's always useful to look back on defeats and see if there is something you could have done differently. And perhaps the next time you get that map in that ship, you can learn to play it a slightly different way. Now, I always say that you should try to play the cap. I know a lot of people don't like playing B cap on any map because they get crossfired. That is a lame excuse. You can at least support the ship that is going in on the cap and not necessarily run away. But if you look across to our left, you'll see that there is 1 ship already running away from there, even though the destroyer is heading for the cap. And if you look across to the right towards C cap, you'll see that the Shimakaze that spawned across there is running away from the cap as well. Not even going to attempt to contest that, just coming straight away from it. So looking at the map, I'm thinking everybody's stacking in the middle, but then again, this is legendary tier, and of course the safety in numbers, and everybody give a howl for the wolf pack. Ow! Because that's what it seems to be. Gather up together like a gaggle of geese, and hopefully you won't be the one that's getting shot at all the time. But our destroyer is on A. He is contested. I've managed to avoid those torpedoes. And the thing is, this is where I do something a bit wrong. I sit and contest because I'm thinking that Shima probably has lower detectability than me. Excuse the ding-dong ding of my phone. I'll put that on silent now. But I'm thinking he can push and he can spot whatever is out there on this cap with us. And then we can run out and gun him. But no, he seems to content to be parking behind a rock, much like I am at the moment. Whatever was on this cap contestant has moved off, but I imagine it's going to be back any time soon. We've got 2 ships on this cap. The Shima is pushing round. I land a torpedo on something somewhere. I'm looking at that Yamato. We've lost the destroyer that was out there on A cap, and everybody is slowly congregating to the south of B cap. We're contested, so now we need to push, and we either need to push or we need to move. We need to start doing something here. There is the Shimakaze 4-7. He pops a smoke screen. I'm going to put my torps through that smoke. What I should have done really here is I should have run him down, but then I saw the Shima coming in. That was going to be my decision, to run him down, but there's a battleship there pushing in. I'm thinking this Shima has got a wall of skill. Surely he can pick that other Shima up. Can we leave him to it? Do we need to push down and support this Colbert? Because red team have 2 caps already. They're already 140 points ahead of us, as we've lost 1 ship and we don't control a capture point yet. But there we go, we get some ships spotted. We now decide that what we might have to do is either push across to C cap and support the Colbert, but then again he has got the battleship parked behind the island down there, and it's like decisions. What do we do? There's the Awami, he's pushing through. We know that there is a cruiser out there as well, and the chances are there is a destroyer. Now, I say there's a chance there's a destroyer. The fact is, I know there's a destroyer. And The player's name is Breezevy, and I know that player. They're very good in destroyers. I'm very good in destroyers, and we are quite evenly matched. I'm in the gearing, and I think he was in either the Summers or the Sumner. I can't remember from the start screen, but I imagine that he is trying to avoid getting into a direct confrontation with me so that he can do what he needs to do for his team. But we're going to get onto the Shima, we're going to pop smoke, and then we're going to keep creeping. Do we get the kill? Come on, keep going, keep going, keep going. There we go. We get rid of one Shima, we're going to get out of this smoke. And that opens up the center of this map. So what I decide I'm going to do is to push through, because we've got big battleships out here. They need to be taken care of. We land another torpedo. These random torpedoes across the map are actually picking me up some damage, so I'm looking around. I know there's a cruiser off to the right. Twist and track is great for finding other destroyers, but only when they're closest to you. And I'm keeping my head on a swivel here, and I'm looking for whether I've got open water. If I turn, am I going to turn into an island? And I want to get ready and rip guns on these guys. The Shima has put a wall of skill out. Should I say no skill? Because he completely missed all of those. I only get 1 out of my 5, but he got 0 for 15. So it's going to come down to guns and fires. So let's go on this Montana. The Cold Bear is absolutely pounding that guy as well. I look to get some fire on the Awami before he disappears behind that corner. So we are going to stay on the Montana, knowing that we're safe from the Awami, and he is burning, ticking, and in a world of hurt. The Shima has opened up with guns as well, which all has done his broadcast his position to everybody. I'm a gunboat, I can do this. You know, stay stealthy, reposition, use that wall of skill to do an insurmountable amount of damage to the red team. Don't let everybody know where you are. We've broken 100k, we've only got 1 kill, but we're going to stay on this Montana. I know he's turning to me for guns. Perhaps should have expected that with those torpedoes that I put out. We're expecting a salvo coming here. Is it going to be HE? No, it's AP. That's all his turrets gone. He's damage controlled his fire. I know he's got, what, 25 seconds to 30 seconds to get a reload on me. His damage control is going to run out before that. That is a permanent fire, and that is going to be death. But look at that. Colbert tries to get the last salvo in and pick up a kill. Sorry, mate. That one is mine. So we're swinging around. The army has come back around, and now we are going to see what we can do with that guy. He's already got 1 fire ticking. Let's see if we can add to the misery and get things heated up on deck. Now, as far as the ship goes, I'm running Vincent Mordoff on here, and I am running double concealment with Bay and Swirsky and torpedo reload, because the torpedo reload on this is a very long time. My main battery reload with Mordoff currently stands at 2.7 seconds. Now, if I was to use a main battery reload, it's only going to bring that down by less than 0.3 of a second, so it's not a huge amount. The Shima misses again, and there's another set of torpedoes going in. Is he actually going to connect this time? The Colbert is on this Awami. My torpedoes are running in. The Shima's torpedoes are running in. The Shima misses again. I land 2 floods. He's also burning as well. Has he damaged con? I can't remember. But that guy is going to blat our Colbert. But the Colbert is going to pick up that kill with a fire. We've managed to push our damage total up to 170,000. But damage is not everything. It all depends on how many hit points are available in the game. We have picked up a high caliber medal, which means that we have managed to account for at least 1/3 of red team's entire hit point pool. So we're certainly doing our job here. Now, red team have had 2 caps this whole time. Now, I really kind of wish that I hadn't needed to push so far out to give myself an opportunity to take care of those 2 battleships, but by the same time I kind of wish that Shima had pushed across into C cap, because had he done so, red team are a long way out, and they would have had to have come a long way back to contest those caps. So I am doing what I can. Again, it's painful to have to spend almost, well, an entire minute not able to do anything apart from sit in a capture point. It's 3v3. All those battleships that pull back have been, I think, accounted for by red team's destroyers. And yes, I am a destroyer hunter. That's the reason that I run concealment, because I want to get as close as possible to those little shits before I get spotted myself. But our Marlborough is on his own. The Shima in B cap has got himself spotted, and I'm going to have to try and do what I can do. Now, I fire my guns, I'm spotted by him, but as he goes into his smoke, we drop detection. And I'd love to know what this Shima's hit percentage is for his torpedo, because this is a lot of torpedoes he's put out for this game. But red team Shima has his head screwed on the right way and is able to avoid these very gymnastically. Gives us the opportunity to get some fire on, but no sooner as he slammed the brakes on that he's in reverse again, and he gets, our Shima gets gunned down by the Friedrich de Grosser all the way back there on the map. We've lost the Marlborough. It's 2 destroyers and a battleship versus 1 destroyer. I can't win this one now. I know that Breezevy is in a ship that can match me for damage output. There's also a Shima out there who's going to have a wall of skill. There's also an FDG that has got probably insane secondaries. And so I decide that I'm just going to kind of try and give myself some cover by winging the torpedoes through there, and then I may as well just go and farm a little bit more damage from these. I could have run the clock out, I could have run it down to 1,000 points, but to be honest, there was no point in prolonging the misery of defeat. Should I have kept my tops for the FDG, we might have had 190,000, 200,000 game. Yeah, we could have. But I'm being hunted. And it's only a matter of time. The minute I pull the trigger on these guns, everybody is going to be onto me. There's the secondaries, and there is a guy on Facebook saying torpedoes should be nerfed, we shouldn't have unlimited torpedoes. Well, how about having battleships with like 10, 11, 11.5k secondaries that don't even need to look at you to shoot at you? But there's Breezevy, that's his red tracers coming in. He picks me up for the kill. So we get to the end screen, a whisker under 182,000 damage. We only get 2 kills, 261 main gun hits, 1 solo cap, 1 assisting cap. We do get the high caliber. We land a fair handful of torpedoes and get some floods as well. We finish on 2153 base XP, which is like 3rd place for the winning team, and they've got a 50% bonus. That would have been, what, a 3,300 game had we won it. But it wasn't to be. Anyway, that is my Spud Run in the gearing. It's not always pretty out there, is it? You can't win them all. But if you want to see some that I do win, stick around, click on these, and actually there might be a few in there that I don't win as well. There's quite a few Spud Runs on this channel. I don't always share the good stuff. Sometimes I share the bad. Until next time, take care and goodbye.